You guys know who Andrew Tate is?
Yeah.
Do you like him?
Yeah.
Tell me, what do you like about Andrew Tate?
I like he's motivating all the young men in the world to like help them with their life and stuff.
What is one thing that he told you that you really like?
Like for example, you're like big or like fat, to like go to the gym and like work out to like be strong, rich.
What I like about him is that how he teaches people not to be weak and how he tells people not to give up and helps them with basically everything.
What do you want to tell Andrew Tate? Imagine he's in front of you right now.
I'll tell him to like keep going and to never stop, like teaching men to be strong and rich.
For me, basically also the same thing. I want to thank him for everything he's done to help people.
Alright, so we got some breaking news, ladies and gentlemen, up in regards to the Andrew Tate case going on right now. This is your host, Proud Lame Certified, Beta Male Simban Giant, where there's no game. The socially awkward nerd, Christian Paul, is up in the building. Straight from the Nerd Chronicles, ladies and gentlemen. And we have some updates in regards to this crazy case. We know that the Tates have hired a American lawyer, a U.S. lawyer, basically dealing with all the details. As we all know, that the Tate's second appeal to get released from detention has been denied. And we'll see what the lawyer has to say about this whole scenario.
Tina Glandian. I'm an attorney from the United States, and I'm representing Andrew Tate and Tristan Tate alongside their Romanian legal defense team. We were in court this morning where the defense team made extensive legal arguments pointing out the lack of evidence against the Tate brothers, and they asked the court for their freedom based on the lack of evidence against them and the lack of any criminal history that neither of them has. There were also additional factors mentioned, one of which is the fact that Tristan has a new 3-week-old baby who he has never met. The brothers have been in custody longer than his baby has even been alive. We are now awaiting a decision by the court, and we are hopeful that they will do the right thing and let the Tate brothers out of custody. It's no secret that the Tate brothers are controversial public personas, but this is not about their public persona and whether you agree with their viewpoints or not. This is about the violation of international human rights and the due process of law. So far, the system has failed. The Tate brothers, who are both U.S. citizens, have been in jail for over 30 days now without bail and without any charges being filed against them. This investigation started in April of last year, and the fact that today is February 1st and no charges have been filed in the 10-month period should speak volumes as to the state of the evidence. The continued detention of the Tate brothers under these circumstances is a violation of international human rights law and of the EU guidelines, and Romania obviously is a member of the EU. So despite what anyone's viewpoint might be as to the Tate brothers, and if they agree or don't agree, everybody should be concerned about this global issue. My firm has joined the Romanian legal team because we want to ensure that our citizens are protected when they're abroad, and we will continue to fight to get the Tate brothers out of custody and home where they belong.
You know, I've done actually some digging when it comes to the whole justice system in Romania. I'll definitely provide a link in the description if you guys actually just dig for yourselves and actually see what's going on. And what I realized, I've been reading articles lately saying he's been charged with rape and human trafficking. Come to find out that's not even true, according to Romanian law. What Andrew Tate and Tristan Tate are actually under right now, as well as their assistants, they are currently under a prevention detention, right? They are undergoing 30 more days of preventive detention, basically set to be released on February 27th, excuse me, which is about a few weeks from now, right? And the reason why the prosecutors and the judges actually want this is because they fear that they're going to actually leave the country in order to actually commit more crimes and all that stuff, in order to actually avoid accountability from Romanian law. Without any, and take note, this case has actually been investigated ever since last April, literally like 10 months, and yet there's still no indictment on the Tates, nor their assistants, No charges on him whatsoever over the past 10 months. And to the general public that actually caught this ordeal, and I know unnecessarily they've been charged over the past few videos, I thoroughly apologize based on what goes on. Even the fans, Andrew Tate, however it may be, I truly apologize. Even though my opinion to him actually still stands the same with all the evidence that's there, irrespective of my opinions, right? There's a trial that needs to go on, and he still needs to have a fair trial, literally under the law. In the United States of America, you're usually detained if there's actually an indictment on you, right? If there's no indictment, they gotta let you go, right? If you get detained up in that detention center, how it may be, it's usually when they have like a bail set and there's literally an indictment basically placed upon you, right? Whereas in Romania, unfortunately in Romania, prosecutors, policemen can have your ass off held in detention due to the fact that you can flee while they're actually still investigating, mind you, the actual case. And that to me is absolutely foul in my opinion. It's absolutely wrong. It's absolutely despicable on what they're doing actually down with the Tates as well as the assistants. If no actual indictment is really on them, if there is an actual indictment actually shown, fine. But if there's none, why are they still in detention? You know what I mean? Why are they still there? And again, this really comes down to show, right? With the Tates coming down, running to Romania, so they have like more leniency, so that they can have like have more leniency with like laws, regulations, and all that stuff. So they could do like a lot more wild stuff that's out there. Even the prosecutors and judges are corrupt as hell. They can be extremely petty as hell. And also take note, ladies and gentlemen, Romania only has bench trials when they only deal with judges. They do not have any jury trials whatsoever when it comes to criminal court. So if there's an indictment actually taking place within any of the four that are accused of these crimes like rape and human trafficking and whatnot, if they're accused with that with those whole ordeals based on what's being actually explained to them up in Romania, you know, all that evidence is actually going to be presented down to a judge, basically straight from the prosecutor. And he could be biased on the whole thing, and he could potentially railroad this whole thing and literally have them all rigged up and literally sent to jail. Max, right? Due to all this craziness that they've been bragging over the internet, they can be petty as well. Which is sin and shame. This is why I always said, as I've stated in earlier videos, you cannot, and I repeat, you cannot put yourself in an extremely vulnerable position to the point where you literally brag about doing criminal activity and become extremely arrogant, right? To the point where you brag so much about criminal activity and literally get way too overboard and cocky based on what you're doing. And unfortunately with the Tates, look where they're at now, right? I hope and pray they're not guilty. You know, I hope and pray that they're not indicted. You know what I mean? But if they are charged, I don't feel bad for any of them whatsoever. It's not believe all women. It's not believe all men. It's not believe one side or the other. It's believe all evidence that's presented. It's believe all evidence that's literally come out to light on knowing who these guys are, and more importantly, especially with the case, what's the whole story behind that specific case when it comes to those allegations. Believe all the evidence that's presented when it comes to those types of allegations that are presented during that time period. I know I'm gonna leave it at that, ladies and gentlemen. Christian Paul from the Nerd Chronicle signing out. Gone, gone, gone.